Hey everybody, this is James Caldwell. I am back with you again. We are going to do Love and Hip Hop Season 3, Episode 9. Let's just pick on that. We're just going to go ahead and go on through this. There was a whole lot of foolishness going on today. A whole lot of foolishness. Jocelyn, we started off with Jocelyn with her shady ass. She was over meeting with Althea. I don't know what it is, but every time Jocelyn is meeting with somebody, she's basically, it's like a read session. She's just there, and she's just so shady. I don't even know why any of them bitches even bother talking to her. She wasn't saying a whole lot. She was basically probing Althea and really not getting anything out of her. It was just like a waste of a scene. She's just not the bitch to even shoot with. She's just ridiculous. She's absolutely ridiculous. We moved on from her. We went to Carly Red with her old, nasty, ridiculous ass, and Kalina. Now, this Kalina, I remember her from P. Diddy and Dirty Money and all that. And I was like, she's a real interesting character. I always just thought she was interesting. She had an interesting look. Well, lo and behold, she's a little more interesting than I thought. She basically was sitting there talking to Carly, opening up, telling about her bisexuality, and, the fact that her husband is actually cool with it and all that. Now, in the midst of all this, Grandma Carly is sitting there, and I'm looking at her. She's taking it all in, taking it all in, taking it all in. Then you see her, she's like, oh, girl, you making me ready to start questioning myself, this, that, and the other. Carly, seriously, is there, every time somebody's having any kind of sex, you got to play a part in it? The fuck is that all about? Anybody's giving up any kind of ass, dick, pussy, whatever, titties, you got to be the part of it. And you're not just starting to question yourself, bitch. You're 105 years old. You are not just starting to question what your sexuality is. She's a nasty bitch, and she just feels the need to be a part of everything. I wouldn't let that bitch be 10 feet of me if I had to have no underwear on. She's just not trustworthy. Something's wrong with that bitch. There's nobody that needs to be the part of every motherfucking thing. And not an old bitch anyway. Ridiculous. But anyway, so now she's wanting to go ahead and play that game. I don't know what's going to go on, but I'm going to keep on watching, because I'm sure it's going to be all ass and elbows fucking with Granny Carly. She's a goddamn mess. I don't know what kind of Geritol she take. It must be some extra strength shit, because she's always up in something. Anyway. And the other thing with that Kalina, I looked and it was funny because I kind of clocked her carpet bunching tease, way back when the season actually was first starting. I said, okay, girl. I said, something just ain't sitting real right. And then when I seen the husband, then none of it really sat right. He was just a bit too pretty and a bit too made up for me. She's his man. Basically is what it really is. And she's saying how she actually has this girlfriend, Ashley, and all this, and I couldn't wait to see her. So I was like, okay, but she's real sharp, sharp little thing with big old ass. So I was like, okay. And when I seen them interacting, yeah, she's the man of the relationship. So, very interesting. But anyway, let's move on. Kirk and Rashida. Kirk and Rashida are trying to fix everything. They had their little scene in the bed. Why not Rashida? You've been in the bed with every motherfucking body else on the series. So, they were laying there and they were talking and saying that they were trying to work everything out, and they're going to actually try to extend that to Shirlene as well. They're going to try to work everything out with Rashida's mother, which is good. That's good. They need to get that shit together. But he had actually told her, if your mother try to get real flip, I'm going to let her have it. I was like, oh, Miss Kirk, don't you start. He just mugged her last time. So, what is he going to do this time? Pick her up and fucking pump slam her? Whatever. So, we'll see. We're going to keep on watching them to see what's going on with that. That Kirk, he's just out of order. But then we moved on. We ran into Dawn, Nico, and Mimi having a sit-down. It didn't even last long. Literally a few moments into it, Nico's starting about this money thing. Oh, yeah, we're going to blow up. We're going to blow. That's all he's talking about. He's like waiting for this payday from this goddamn sex tape. Mimi got all upset and she basically walked out. Dawn told him, man, you got to chill. If you want this to work, you have to keep her happy. Because her storming off and her not being happy, y'all are not going to look good in the public eye, which is true. which is true. So that was that. That ended really, really quick. Then we ran back into Tony and Kalina. Tony is Kalina's husband. And he was saying he didn't know if it was a good idea for Ashley to be coming at this time, because when Ashley comes, basically, I guess Kalina loses focus. You know, Coochie will do that to you. She loses her focus, and she's trying to get her album finished. So they went through all that. Long story short, I've already told you Kalina's the man. Motherfucking Tony, shut up with your sissy ass. Ashley's coming, boom, end of story. So that was that. Then we ran into Joseline and Stevie. And she's basically going back with him, letting him know that she met with Althea. He's looking a little nervous. Something ain't right. You know Stevie. Stevie can't hide nothing. It all shows on his face. He's a jackass. So they're going back and forth. And, you know, Joseline's with her bullshit. Oh, she ain't shit. That bitch ain't this and she ain't that and all that. And he told her, no, she really is somebody. She's Benzino's old lady. So we, you know, we need to be respecting her and trying to deal with her as such, you know. That motherfucker Joseline had the nerve to go on and say, well, she ain't nobody, you know. And she said Benzino met her on, she said Benzino met her on Twitter. And in the midst of that, Stevie J read the dog fuck out of that goddamn Joseline and told her, well, I met you on Vine. I met you on Vine. Shut her ass right on down. I laughed my ass off. I said, Lord have mercy. So, you know, Joseline's a clown. She's always putting her foot in her mouth. She's a goofy, uneducated bitch. She just always got her foot in her goddamn mouth. Bitch's goddamn breath smell like feet. Just a mess. So she ended up going ahead and questioning Stevie, did he mess with Althea? And he was just looking at her all stupid, which in my book is a yes. And, you know, let's move on. Next, we go ahead, and Althea then was meeting with Rashida. That's when we found out that Rashida and Althea kind of know each other. Althea used to dance and be a video vixen, basically. So she did a video for Rashida back in the past. They met. Rashida was basically giving her some tips and some pointers about being honest and trying to make the relationship work. She let her know, if you're going to be with Benzino, you need to kind of come out. Things are going to be better being heard from you than him getting them in the street. At this point, I'm like, okay, Rashida, but I mean, your shit's so fucked up. Really, are you really the person to be giving out some advice with the gay vampire that you got at home? But whatever. So she went ahead and she actually did. Althea did go ahead and decide to tell Benzino what the secret was. The secret was that she has slept with Stevie. Naturally, we knew that. Stevie doesn't, there's like no female that Stevie's around that he doesn't sleep with, other than, I believe, Arian, and that's because, like, Arian would rather fuck him up his ass. So, you know, he don't fuck with Arian. She gets his ass thoroughly together. But, like, everybody else that you ever see Stevie involved with that's female, you might as well just go ahead and take it that motherfucker's sleeping with him, because that's what he does. That motherfucker tricks. He's a trick. It is what it is. Next, we run into Arian and Mimi. They actually are having a little drive, and they're talking, you know. They were on a date, basically. And Arian decides to tell Mimi straight up with some tough love, you know what, bitch, you're being used, and how many times are you going to do this, bitch? You keep running into this. You know, Mimi, she just gets all defensive with Arian because the truth hurts. The truth hurts, and Arian is going to tell that bitch the truth. And that's why I said before, them two hoes need to go ahead on and figure out where they want to live, take baby Eva, and go on and get married and have a life together and stop all this bullshit. But anyway, so that was basically it. Of course, Mimi had an attitude. Arian was like, whatever, bitch, I could care less. You know, it is what it is. That motherfucker's using you, and you need to get up out of that. We move on from there, and we ran into Stevie and that motherfucker Joseline again. They were auditioning dancers for this goddamn performances that Joseline's supposed to be having coming up. Stevie is a goddamn hound. Like, he literally, you're married to this trick, and you're sitting there getting up. He's like dancing with the girls. They rub it all on him and carried on and oscillating. She's sitting there like an idiot, you know. And it was just ridiculous. But there were some good dancers there. Some of the girls were really, really good. And they were doing their little thing. And then there was this one big girl who Jocelyn really thought she was going to clown her, but this big bitch turned herself right on upside down on that pole and held herself up there with her legs and all that. And I said, She basically said, you know, she wasn't going to use her because all the girls have to match her. But you thought you was going to read her, bitch, but you didn't really get to read her because Big Mama turned it up. So I said, that's just a mess. But you know, that Jocelyn, she's so fucking insecure. You know, she's very, very insecure. She doesn't get a goddamn grip. And then the thing is, pay attention, bitch, because there was this light-skinned hoe with a little short haircut. She's pretty bad. And Stevie was all on her. And I can believe we ain't seen the last of that bitch yet because she had way too much camera time. So keep looking out for the big booty, light-skinned bitch with the short haircut. She was kind of sharp, and I think she's going to probably show back up and rock motherfucking Jocelyn's world. I'll be waiting for that. Next, we ran back into Arian. Arian, busybody Arian, she done went to see Nico. And went and told that motherfucker smooth off. She approached him, told him basically, yeah, I think you leaked the tape, motherfucker. I think you're lying. Boom. What? You know, that motherfucker gonna get in the confessional and say, Arian is beneath me. Motherfucker, ain't nobody beneath you. What? Nobody beneath you but dumbass goddamn Mimi. Everybody's on to you. Nobody believes you because you did leak the tape. It is what it is, and all you keep talking about is money, 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 money. He don't give a fuck about how Mimi feels. You know, whatever. Ridiculous, but she let his ass have it and then walked the fuck on off. I liked that goddamn Arian. I wasn't crazy about that little outfit she had on. It was like, maybe not Arian, but, you know, I think she's bad. She's really, really bad, but that was a bad outfit. Next, we run back into Benzino and Althea. Althea basically is letting Benzino know, okay, since we're going to be together, we're going to try to make this work. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to expose everything to you. She went ahead and told him that she did sleep with Stevie and everything. He started tripping out with his no-neck goofy ass, and he basically is letting her know he knew, but he just don't like to think about it. Get the fuck out of here, Benzino, with that monkey shit. You know, but that's, again, he's always playing second to Stevie. And we kind of seen a lot of that last week. One, you play second to Stevie because Stevie's better looking, for the most part. Also, you remember the little situation about the Photoshop situation. We already know Stevie J carries heavy below the waist. And Benzino matches his neck. Yeah. So, I think he just, in his mind, he just is insecure. He just always plays second fiddle to Stevie, and the only thing is he sleeps with these girls after Stevie, and it's a kiki, and then you always want to marry him. You're just so fucking stupid, Benzino, but whatever. He's tripping out about nothing. Who cares? The bitch slept with Stevie. Stevie slept with everybody, motherfucker. So whatever. Big deal. Anyway, we move on. We back to that motherfucking Tony, Kalina, and this goddamn Ashley. So then we got to actually see the real picture. Kalina and him and Ashley, they're down there in the little kitchen, whatever. They have a little something to eat and everything. Well, they decide that they was getting ready to go and bump pocketbooks and lose change. And he was giving, oh, well, I thought, you know, we was all going to be in the same room. And they both, baby, their faces turned up like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then they gave very much of, Kalina gave him, you're not coming with us. Get on. You know, and then she asked him, do you mind? You know, do you mind? And he's like, well, no, I just thought that I was going to be it. Get on out of here. They went right on. Like I said, Kalina is the man in the situation. Left that motherfucker right on down in that kitchen to do the dishes. And her and the girl went on upstairs to do a little bumping. I said, hot, unadulterated mess. Mess. How do you leave your husband in the kitchen and go on upstairs with your girlfriend and everybody's cool with that? Mess. But I believe he got a boyfriend somewhere. He's a cute little thing. So I believe he got a boyfriend somewhere. He wasn't really all that pressed because he was going to go get his thing on too. So whatever. Because he sure looked up and said, I ain't washing the motherfucking dishes. Because he was on his way to find a stiff one. But anyway, that was that. We left there. And then the last part of it, I'm not going to focus a whole lot on. You know, because it was, again, some real life stuff that they threw into the melodrama. But Benzino got the phone call that his mother had passed, and he was basically leaving out to go to Boston for that. You know, I don't play them games. I'm not going to even talk about it. I would never make light of anybody losing one of their parents. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up. That was it for the week. You know, sorry about that, Benzino. I hate to hear that. But anyway, there will probably be more information about that coming up next week. But just the same, like I said, I'm going to leave that alone right there. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. You can thumbs up or thumbs down the video. You guys know how that works. Definitely leave me comments and tell me how you feel about how far we are into this melodrama and the bullshit that goes on. And I will see you guys next Monday back here when we go over the next episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And you can follow me on Twitter at SpillItBoy or go to my website at www.spillitboy.com. See you babies later. I'm out. Bye-bye.